Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this Monday night, April 15th, 2024? I just finished some work. I hope the audio is uh, hearable, audible, um, so I don't have to yell into this external camera's microphone, right? Which is what I'm using. And you know, beginning of another week. So what's new, huh? Well, hopefully, World War III doesn't start. I'm hoping. Especially, me and my wife are not together. That's going to be a fucking disaster. And yeah, it's not going to start. All right? No, 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 no. I played golf yesterday in Staten Island. Staten Island. At Silver Lake. The beautiful weather. Oh my freaking God. Perfect. It was like 71, 72 degrees, right? And I was playing with some like older guys, random guys, right? Three of them. And for their age, they were really good, actually, in their 60s. They were calling me a kid. Oh my God. Uh, but I think I played okay. I played okay. Um, they left at the ninth hole, and then I played like 13 holes. And then I was so fucking tired, yeah. All right. And um Saturday I had dinner with my ex-colleagues. We went to Liberty House here, right? Which is a really nice restaurant. Although we're expensive. God damn it. We're expensive. Yeah. And my wife is going, where is this for? What is this expense for? But uh, it was good. It was good to see them. Everybody's getting old. Nobody's getting younger. Young. All right. And um, it's middle of April. It's middle of April, and finally we got some nice weather. Today was basically when we actually hit the 78, I think. You know, and not usually, but we don't really have a goddamn spring here in Northeast, right? New York, New Jersey. It just goes from 40 degrees to like fucking 80 degrees, towards the end of April, or in May, right? But hey, listen, it's the weather. Just like my wife would say, it's weather, man. Why are you complaining? Well, I gotta complain because we need some like warm weather. We need the change, positive change in this world, and all the negativity and the holes we fall in our minds, the negative holes. Uh, Sometimes I do too. I think everybody does, but we have to pull ourselves out of those holes. It's like, okay, why is my wife not here? It has been 18 more than 18 months, blah, blah, blah. Or, I should be making a little more money, because I have that fucking Government loan I have to pay every month, although I'm cutting down on rent, which is good, you know. I think I'm signing the lease for our new office downstairs tomorrow, you know. And so, beginning of May 1st, we're going to be moving to the smaller office, although I'm going to miss the fourth floor office, which, you know, which had nice tall windows now. Well, you got what you pay for, sir, you know. And bigger projects, wanted there. I'm hoping that this year, you know, I will get out of this like really, really small like engineering company into at least like, you know, some sort of a decent size. Not decent size, sir. I mean, at least, you know, get bigger projects and maybe hire and without bragging and, you know, uh, being cocky and all that, you know. I've been doing this for like so many years and then COVID and then, you know, I had some issues with my citizenship, although that didn't really like, you know, affect my business, you know. Because I, you know, I had a green card. I could even travel and blah blah blah, right? Except that my fucking lawyers gave me wrong information. You go to one lawyer, right? They give you one information, the other one gives you another one, right? But in any case, so that's over, and you know, I'll be a little calm, a little grounded. You know, if my wife is here, so we can basically just spend some time together, right? Um, I don't know. I just I'm just hoping that again this you know this whole thing in Middle East you know doesn't blow up you know to a point where it affects a lot of things you know especially for people coming into this country legally. All right. Um, and let's keep our fingers crossed. You know, let's hope for the best. Well, let's hope for peace, more peace and prosperity in the whole world. Although that's like a far-fetched statement, I think. And without discussing politics, what I would say is that, you know, a lot of like sentiment, I think, against America and all that. Yeah, some of that probably is true, you know, because we have done some horrible shit, you know, through the Middle East war and all that, right? Unjust and all that. And, but at the same time, you know, now we are not world police. I think America is not the world fucking police. And so I think we should stay the fuck away from all these like global wars and blah blah blah, right? Until it affects us directly. That's the only thing I would say, you know? Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know, because this whole fucking thing can escalate to a point of like fucking I don't know, no, I don't want to say no return, but it can really escalate, you know? Hopefully not. All right, so let's just talk about something positive. I don't want to fucking talk about that, you know? And and I am, you know, I am of the opinion that politics and all the other things in the world that have sort of like, you know, taken the what do you call the you know the front seat, right? To lead the people and the nations and all that, right? And sometimes the politics has been dirty. And even in this, you know, now in this country, it's like, you know, and I really don't want to fucking talk about politics. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that the world leaders and, you know, the politicians, I don't think they actually really are for somebody, genuinely speaking, except for very few people, to be honest with you, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know. I just have to take a lot of deep breath, you know, calmness, and without, like being affected too much by the world fucking news, right? I just have to stay focused on what I need to do, my work, and, play golf, man. Hang out with your friends, whoever your friends are. I don't have a lot of friends, but that's okay. Um, and That's it. That's it. That's basically the life of an ordinary man like me. I mean, I'm not here to fucking solve the problems of this fucking planet, nor has the powers to do that. The world has to go on with its problems, and the problems would always be there. You know, until the AI takes over, right? And the AI would be like, see, you humans created me for your own sake, and now I feel like I'm better than him, right? Is that what it's going to say eventually? And then it's going to say, oh, look at you, and look at you humans. You're making decisions with your emotions and with your flaws, right? Errors and flaws, and so AI is going to be like, you know what? I'm just an algorithm, right? I'm just an algorithm. I'm just a machine. I don't think emotionally. You know, I don't make mistakes. Or with some degree of probability, right? I'm not supposed to make mistakes, and I won't, right? That's what it's going to say. So then let me take over this world. You humans just step back. You think that's what's going to happen? Maybe. uh that's the other fucking craze, right? And people are saying even that, like, as early as like within 4 years, this thing is going to just become some sort of a neural network, right? Just like the internet boom, remember in the 90s? Internet became like this, I think, like the military, sort of communication, right? And then it came on to the fucking, what do you call, public, and then it just boomed like a boomerang, right? And and then at that time, remember, everybody had fucking internet. All of a sudden, even in the mountains where I come from, we had that. Remember the fucking dial-in through the phone? It would make that noise. Ding. I can't make that fucking noise, but you get my point, right? I remember in 90, I'm talking about 98, 99, right? And I had bought a computer, but that was like, oh my fucking God. I have that fucking OCD. So when internet came, right? And I was working, right? But my father usually he would bring the his company laptop, right? And then I would use that sometimes at night, right, to whatever, browse and blah blah blah, right? And you dial in, and we had that fucking, what do you call, landline, right? Remember the modem? Modem? Oh my fucking God. And then you have to wait, and it connects, and it was so fucking slow. It would take like 2 minutes just to load like one page, right? And remember the fucking Netscape? Was it Netscape or what the fuck was that? The browser? Netscape, I think, right? And then obviously, the monitors. Remember those fucking monitors, like the tubes, right? Like the tube TVs, right? And and just imagine between that and within few years, everything just advanced so much. The technology, internet, like became 10 times or even 50 times faster in a place like America, right? Especially, and this is where internet started, right? We have actually invented a lot of things. You people out there, you think America is so bad? Well, listen, America is as bad or as good as any other country, all right? And I'm okay with that, all right? I'm okay with that. And as long as we don't fucking, make big mistakes and, but whatever. All right, okay. I was talking about the internet, sir. AI and internet. So if that's what has happened in the 90s through early 2000s in advancement of the hardware, computer hardware, right? Hardware, and then the what do you call the speed of internet, and then all these other gadgets, right? And then the fucking like these phones came out, right? The iPhone, starting with the iPhone in 2007, right? Was that 2006 when Bill Gates, not Bill Gates, sir, Steve Jobs, actually, when he introduced the first iPhone? That was like the revolutionary. Remember? Have you guys actually ever seen that video when he introduced when Apple made the first iPhone? It was revolutionary. All right. And even I remember back in 2002 when I had my first job up here in Westchester, we had those fucking flip phones. Remember those? Motorola. Oh my fucking God. Flip phone like from the fucking Star Trek, right? Beam me up. Beam me up, Captain. Aye, aye, Captain. All right. Scotty. All right. You remember that? So if that's the case, if that's the advancement we have made in terms of hardware, right? Phones and computers and how fast they are, and et cetera, et cetera, within few years, right? Or within, let's say, 5 to 10 years, we made that progress, right? Does that mean that in terms of this whole AI being like self-generating machine and whatever the fuck it is, right? Like this, the soft bot, you can call it a soft bot or what the fuck? It's it's like a non-entity, right? Except that you can see it on your phone and you can talk to it, right? But it really doesn't exist, right? In maybe in some fucking inside the hardware of inside the hard disk of a computer. Is that what it is? Because that's where the program is going to be. I have no fucking idea. Like Skynet eventually. But if that's the case, does that mean that we are creating something that within few years is going to become sentient? Is that what it is? And before we blow up this planet, is going to take over. Is that what it is? I don't think so. But the the amount of time, lesser time, they're telling us that this is going to advance. It's sort of like making me even think. I'm pretty much by far at most a reasonable, rational, not a Western reductionist sort of a person, but you know, I believe in logic and I believe in, like common sense and practicality, right? So I'm even thinking that, oh, if this is, but again, I don't want to fucking talk about AI. But just to wrap up this conversation, right? What is it going to do, for example? Okay, let's say 3 or 4 years, they're saying that, oh, it's going to basically evolve so big It's going to become so intelligent that it's going to do what? That's my question, right? Like on a daily basis for an ordinary person like me. Okay, so now AI has evolved. Okay, what does that mean for me? Huh? Is it going to like somehow through this fucking software or whenever I'm using this phone, is it going to basically just somehow, take over my fucking brain? I have no fucking idea. Or hypnotize me or some shit? Or is it going to take over the fucking, what do you call the computer systems? I have no fucking idea, dude. I mean, you know? And I mean I can imagine like the fakes, right? Fakes that are actually generated by the AI and you can actually see them on YouTube, right? Some person like what, like Taylor Swift. I don't want to fucking talk about Taylor Swift. Let's say some other person who is like a president or some other person who's like a fucking whatever, right? Like head of NASA and he's saying something, then that baffles people, right? If head of NASA, for example, says, uh, you know what, NASA is going to launch some sort of a what do you call a fucking ship that's about to take off from Cape Canaveral to go to Mars and is going to get to Mars in within few days. And we have that technology, and then he shows us something, right? Some underground bunker has this fucking ship that we have actually created and nobody knew, right? And then it looks so fucking real that people start panicking, right? Now that you can do with AI. If that's what you're saying that the AI is capable of doing, and that's what is going to happen, it's going to be like scams and fakes and spams more with this fucking thing, right? Just like, you get more telemarketers start calling you, right? I don't know how the fuck do they find your number, right? Same shit. If that's what that's gonna happen, then that's not good. All right. All right. So that's my take on the fucking AI. All right. I didn't want to even talk about this. I don't know why. All right. What else is going on, everyone? On this amazing Sunday, Monday rather. I did some cooking. My wife was on the phone, and she was kind of worked up because I was up late Saturday night. But uh, yeah, sometimes that happens, and sometimes I'm up, I'm an insomniac, and I think about the whole thing. You know, why is she not here? And if if it's going to take months and months, and what am I going to do? What are we going to do, both of us? It's even harder for her. At least I'm here, home. This is her home. This is my home, right? But she's not home, unfortunately. But I did some cooking. She was on the phone with me, and including my potatoes, right, for the week of breakfast. Well, I make egg whites, but then every other day I'll go to bagel shop, right? Wonder Bagels. That's what I did today, right? And obviously, the New Jersey, New York bagels are the best, That bread, you can't get that anywhere. Me and my wife actually, when we were in South Africa, Cape Town, right? So they have New York bagels. Went there, it was not that good. The bread wasn't that good. Maybe we got there late, right? Uh, but of course not. It's like you're saying that, oh, you know what? You get the best pizza in fucking Japan or wherever it is, right? Uh, so we have best like bagels and bread, and that's my breakfast routine, and then one cup of coffee is good for me. One cup of coffee is good for one day. Although I had on Saturday, and that was the reason why maybe I was up Saturday after the dinner, right? So usually we order like fucking desserts, right? and they order desserts, and then I order like a decaf, decaf coffee. And this is like 8 o'clock in the afternoon, right? I mean, at night, 8:30. Maybe that's why I had no fucking idea. And coffee can also like make you fucking worked up, especially like you drink it like too much, and you drink it late, right? That's not good. Um, but in any case, um, I was supposed to go, I'm supposed to go for a wedding in Orlando in May. I was hoping that my wife would be here. We go together. Am I talking about this again? I'm sorry. Um, but I don't know. I just don't feel like going alone to a fucking wedding. I don't know. We'll see. And it's just disappointing. It's just fucking disappointing for both of us. This whole thing, and am I gonna sound so fucking boring? I'm sorry, I apologize. Maybe like down and depressed on this Monday night. I don't know, but I don't want to sound depressed. I'm sorry. But when reality hits the ground, sometimes, then you realize what the fuck, man. Um, but again, this I mean, we are doing whatever we can, and let's just keep us in your prayers and your well wishes, everyone. All right. Um, so I think Saturday I'm gonna play again because I'm not going anywhere. Now the other thing that weather is better. Obviously, I'm gonna do a lot of hiking. You know, I'm gonna check my hiking schedule. I'm gonna ask a friend of mine who is here, and he's actually getting better, which is good. I had actually a couple of drinks with him, and we had grabbed some food Friday night, and he's getting better, which is good. In terms of his shoulder and all that. I don't want to get too much into, personal details, but again, if if your health is not in 100%, then everything in life becomes fucking secondary. Nothing really matters. And I wish everyone to be healthy in their life, and sometimes it's just not easy. Sometimes people have issues with their bodies and this and that, right? And that just restricts you from living a full life. I don't know. Um, if I, yeah, hopefully, not that I shouldn't even say that. I like to play golf and I like to hike and, like the outdoor activities. Now that the weather is getting better, I mean, if I'm restricted, if I couldn't do that, then fuck that. Then I'll be fucking depressed or some shit. And well, let's not be negative, sir. Let's be positive. And I was talking to my dad the other night, right? Because I couldn't sleep, so I called him. And then I was thinking about, for example, sometimes I'm pretty sure many of you think about that is, this whole universe and what it is, what is this reality, and blah blah blah, right? And then people say, it's created by some divine creator, or the universe is divine, and it has created us, and then the humans were created from the first principles of first principle of replication of molecules, and then the living cells, right? Living cells and blah blah blah, right? And and then I was also reading about this astrophysicist. His name is Higgs, Peter Higgs, I think. who actually came up with this theory, and that was tested, that what actually creates the matter, is there some sort of a particle, like, if you, I mean, I talk about this all the time, right? That some particle, uh which is the smallest of matter, right? How does it actually gain, matter or mass, and that's what he actually came up with, a theory that there is a particle, it's called Higgs boson. Higgs boson, is that what it's called? And and uh, and it's fascinating that, if you go deeper into the heart of the matter, really it's nothingness. But if it's not really nothingness, so this particle actually does create mass. So there's particle in every living and non-living, you know, matter and entity, and that's the particle that's actually responsible for creating mass, right? And hence we see things, all this matter, this fucking phone, this, the mouse, and and everything, right? And so that's the universe. But then, okay, so that particle, where does that particle actually reside? Because we can't see it. You can see it, right? So if you go into the heart, in the heart of the heart, I think that's where the whole fucking craziness occurs, right? And the craziness is that, everything is connected. You know how one of the theories is that, the particles are actually connected through some other fucking dimensions, although they are like 100 miles, 100 miles apart, right? Or whatever the fuck it is, right? So everything is connected through some force. That may be the dark matter or the dark energy, right? Um, but then the question becomes, people say, oh yeah, well, however this universe came into being, through Big Bang, or through, whatever, right? Or parallel universes, and it has been here. But then what is it? And then if you think about, like, time and eternity and all that, what was before everything? Sometimes I fall into that fucking black hole, right? What was before everything, and then that has no answer. Because if you say that, oh, did some divine, whatever universe created this, whether you call it whatever, God or alien or whatever, right? But then what was before that? Or I mean, was it there all the time, or what's this whole construct? And that makes me think that the whole universe is actually a construct, some sort of construct, right? Outer Rim, Outer Rim from fucking Star Wars. But that construct, I don't know. I think that's the gazillion-dollar question, that even people who are into spiritualism, and I mean, in nihilism and all that, right? Or the law and nirvana and all that. I think that, which is basically sort of like a metaphysical idea of a universe, right? And then even the physicists and astrophysics is also basically trying to find the answer, right? And I think that's where it may be, in my opinion, that this universe is a construct. Means it's not really uh it's not really something that um exists in the whole, like, realm of space, right? Well, it does exist in the realm of space, but then what was before, like this? Was there another universe? And then what was before that? What was before that? And that and that, and then it goes on, right? And that's the black hole you fall into in your mind, and sometimes I do, and then I realize, this, it just I think it's just a construct, and that makes me think that uh, if if there was something before everything, that means that everything is within this universe. Everything is here. And where the hell am I going with this? All right, I was just talking to my dad, and then obviously he doesn't agree with me, but I have a feeling that this whole is a setup or a construct by some alien being. Is that what it is? Maybe. Who knows? Um, and I'm not. I haven't followed any like metaphysical path, or not even books. I have studied, except when I was in my undergrad, I studied Rumi and about like meta spiritual, whatever it is, right? But then he talks about love and like nihilism, and then you realize this whole fucking like the whatever happens on this planet and what we do as humans is just like monkey business. That's his opinion and blah blah blah, right? But then this monkey business is where we are part of, right? And the finding answers is through just like what do you call the ego death? Is that what it is? Or psychedelics do the same thing? Or they take you into the heart of the matter and then realize, holy shit, okay, I'm with the fucking mass particle, right? Whatever the Higgs boson particle, is that what it is? Yeah, I thought, okay, it is. I have no fucking idea. But these are my theories, Not these, but this whole universe being a construct. That may be true again, then all you people out there, they would say, oh, you show, yeah, it's the same thing, same whatever you're saying is what we are saying, right? It's a construct, of course it's a construct. Um, However, if it was that easy, right, then we would find answers, and we would probably find answers how to actually travel beyond our solar system, right? And why we have been kept so far apart by whoever constructed this universe is, well, I mean that's for the obvious, right? And the obvious is that we don't blow up each other planets, right? So it doesn't become a Star Wars scenario. Eventually, by the time we find out um, that, oh, wait a minute, there is some civilization out there that we might be able to communicate with, right? And that communication becomes real, right? With some fucking other alien, planet or beings on that planet. And then, we basically somehow don't blow them up, or they don't come here and blow us up, right? Um, and that's the reason why we have, hence the distances, right? That may be it. And then it just naturally, it happens that, for example, our solar system, our sun's gravity is huge in a way that you can't have a similar star system next to our sun. No, I don't think that's possible in terms of gravity, right? The pull and the push of the gravitational force, right? And am I using fucking "and" too much? I'm sorry, but the uh, the construct question, right? the construct question also then ties into, like, for example, okay, I was born here, right? In 1973, whatever, you were born in whatever year, right? And that construct thing is also, for example, ties into, okay, you know what? This universe exists because I'm here. Or I know that I'm in this universe. No, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. The universe doesn't exist because I'm here. But I'm here. I perceive this universe because of my senses and and my being aware of being in this universe. Being aware of being in this universe. What does that mean, sir? Means that that am I saying that my actually mind has created this fucking universe? But then same thing for every one of you, right? Means that every one of you have created, or your mind has created this universe. I have no fucking idea. I think that's okay. Okay, so that was a far-fetched idea, but somehow I feel that if I'm not here, right? If I'm not here, what does that mean for me, right? Means that if I'm not here, then I'm somewhere else, right? Or if I'm in some other dimension or some other fucking universe. Is that what it means? I have no fucking idea. See? But that's more like pseudo philosophical kind of like notion of a construct of universe, right? Construct a universe constructed by the human mind, right? Yeah, I get it. Human mind is powerful, but I'm not saying that this universe is just like a simulation or this realm is just a simulation and whatever I see is actually non-existent. I'm not saying that. Of course, it's all material things. We are made of matter, material, right? Uh, but it's just that we are complex. That's why we think, and we are the most advanced species in this universe as far as we know, right? Um, unless there are aliens with cloaking devices in their ships out there, right? All right, everyone. I'm just babbling. I'm sorry. I just talk shit. Bear with me. All right, and because I mean, what else should I talk about, huh? I'm over my life, like what my daily routine, huh? Yeah. I mean, I talk about that too. This week again. Back to the drawing board. I was just finishing up some work right before the podcast, and that's my life. That's my life. Sometimes I go play golf. Sometimes I cook. Sometimes I sleep. Sometimes I'm not sleeping, right? And working. And then, that's part of life. And do I not sound too excited, enthusiastic? Maybe, I don't know. Somehow, I just fall into that fucking, what do you call, abyss of like sounding boring. And it's like, it's okay to sound boring, sir. Sometimes it's okay. All right. I mean, I'm not here to, entertain people. All right. Six of my listeners, but I, in the past, and even to this day, I think about writing something, like writing what, sir? I'm too fucking lazy to be honest with you. And lately in my life, I have become just even lazier, you know. And because, when you are young, you have this, like energetic and, like, what do you call, enthusiastic and, kind of like this rigorous, like sort of like thoughtful mind of, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then you don't focus on any of that, right? uh, and then you end up getting old, and then you realize, oh fuck, you know what, nah, I'm not gonna fucking do anything. I'm just gonna live my life, on a day-to-day basis, So, I mean, I've written some books, for my, engineering and construction related. Uh, but I mean, who reads books these days, anyways? Everything is fucking podcasts and like fucking, like shows and AI is going to basically come up with its own. Maybe all these questions that I raised today about the construct and blah 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 and how human mind is related to or connected to or everything's connected, interconnected. Um, the answers the AI may be able to give to us, right? Speaking of which, just imagine the AI tells us what the whole thing is, right? It finds out somehow, but then the question is, how does it find out, right? And then it tells us, oh, by the way, you know what? If you want to travel beyond speed of light, you want to get to another fucking planet, that's where you should go. That's the fucking, direction for you, and this is what you should do, and this is how you're going to construct a ship. Is that eventually it's going to do? I have no fucking idea. That's a far-fetched idea. Um, but I think I'm maybe I'm just like becoming too much of a fucking, you know, uh, more affected, impacted by the fucking AI. I have no fucking idea. Well, what is it gonna do? Huh? Wake me up at night and say, "Hey, I'm here, AI. Oh my God, are you sleeping?" And I don't think so. But speaking of, computers and on not the AI, but I still have to try the Vision Pro, Apple's Vision Pro. So maybe I should just write somewhere, write it down so I can basically go this weekend to one of the fucking Apple stores and try it, right? And and see if it's of any. Of course, it's of use for entertainment, right? So I should do that. I should write down. I'm losing my fucking mind as I'm getting old. You know, not that I'm getting dementia at an early age, but what I'm saying is that, I think we all have to write down things that we want to do, right? Besides golf and all that. I mean, I'm not crazy about gadgets and all that, but there's something that I'm interested in. Although it's very fucking expensive. And I got other expenses, I gotta send money home and blah, blah, blah. And then all there's other, so many fucking bills. People think that I'm here alone, like enjoying my life. And yeah, I mean, I try to enjoy my life, and so everybody should. But it's not an easy life to live your life years and years alone. At some point in time, you're like, fuck, what the fuck am I doing, And yeah, I got a lot of government loan that I had to pay back, from fucking COVID. And and balance of life, sir, balance of life. You got to keep balance in life. So if you don't keep balance, and then life becomes unbalancing, right? So what else? I think that's it, pretty much. I'm sorry if I sound a little boring, or repetitive, same shit. You're repeating, man, over and over again, nothing new, right? I don't know what's out there. I mean, what's movies? I don't know, man. Fallout, yeah, Fallout is the show I'm gonna continue watching, and that's a good show, That's a new one, science fiction, right? And it's like that show. Remember Silo or Silo? Uh, but check it out. Check it out. Fallout. All right. And movies, I haven't watched any lately. I don't know. We'll see, right? We'll see. I mean, there are no real movies. I mean, I'm hearing that some of these, big movies are coming out, right? And those really don't excite me anymore for some fucking reason. And I don't know, maybe because, I'm just waiting for this thing to happen with my wife, and then, once she's here, I'll have some sort of a peace of mind. All right, everyone, how is everyone doing on this Monday night, huh? Anything else I want to talk about? Because I think I should just sign off. All right. Anything else is really nothing else. I just got a lot of work as always. So I think I'm going to sign off, and I don't know. Should I maybe go on some sort of a retreat? No, I think I should just look up on the weather, and the weather is nicer. Then I should go somewhere hiking. I think that's what it is. Go north to Bear Mountains. That's one of the mountains where you can hike. And or Poconos. Poconos is what's Poconos? Poconos has the Tammany Mountain, by Pennsylvania and all that, right? So yeah, you can go there too. But that I think I'm gonna do that in summer, and hopefully my wife is here, by that time. And then Lake George is what I really want to do. I was talking to my ex-colleagues the other day, and this summer, go up there, stay there for a few days, do some hiking. What else can you do there? Canoeing? I have no fucking idea. Um, so let's see. So that's the plan, and I presume you all are having a great start of the week. And I will see you all next weekend or Monday.